This is my final project, Digital Jam Radio. The purpose of the site is to let people remix music and be able to discover songs that they might like to remix. First thing that is required for me to talk about is the JavaScript. There's quite a lot of that going on. First thing I'm going to talk about is the Spotify stuff. There's a lot of JavaScript here that I used to set up the Spotify authentication, Spotify API, and stuff. And demonstration of it is if I log in by pressing the login button, it will take me to this page where I can agree, log in with Spotify. And it'll show my profile from Spotify right there and a welcome message as well as the option to log out. And what I can do now is I can search for songs like personal favorite of mine, Flip Reset. It's a song from a video game that I've played. Flip Reset right here. Now, there is currently an issue because Spotify apparently changed their API in late 2024 to remove song previews, which is what this part of the website was based around. However, I did not know this, and when I researched it, it looks like it would work. Um, but functionally, everything is here. It should work fine. It's just that it won't, for the simple reason of Spotify removing that feature. Thanks, Spotify. Alright, another use of JavaScript is on the Contact Us page. When I try to submit this without filling out required things, then you'll notice that it'll tell me to do the thing I forgot to fill in. So, for example, there, it'll tell me add feedback here. It should tell me to add an email. And when I submit, it'll take me to a page that'll let me know my message was successfully submitted and give me a prompt to return to the website. Pretty good stuff. That's the JavaScript. As for all of my API stuff, I've already mentioned a good amount of that by going through this stuff with the Spotify thing. However, there is another API that I did use as well. In addition to all the Spotify stuff going on here, which is using the web API on this page of my website, which is where it allows you to upload a song and then in live time, you can toy with the song and mess around with it. So, for example, this is kind of what the song sounds like with unedited music. And here, if I just say, hold on, I'm going to play it while I'm doing this. If I just turn up reverb, for example, you can hear the visual difference. Or if I bass boost it a little bit, you can once again hear difference. All of these work. You can do echo delay. And you can also download your modified version of whatever song you choose to apply these effects to. I guess I'll click it just for the sake of showing that it works. There, you'll see processed audio. As far as JSON goes, I have already kind of mentioned the Spotify API stuff, but there is also some local storage stuff going on. I'll talk about that in a little bit. CSS. Throughout my entire website, I have a pretty consistent color theme of blue and purple with varying different colors within those two major color categories. And also, there's a ton of button functionality, whatever, like a call to action button here. Here you can also be taken to the Music Explorer. Here you can also be taken to Audio Playground. Also, you can log out just to test that functionality. And another thing that shows that I understand CSS, whatever, is I have a grid layout here, so it's not just everything stacked on top of each other. I know what I am doing. And also, one other thing that I will show off here is mobile support. Yeah. The website has a completely different layout for every single page in mobile that I thought worked pretty well. I was pretty proud of this, actually. Audio Playground also works fine. I will once again just pick this thing. Once again, all the options are here. Everything works. Oh yeah, something I forgot to mention is another JavaScript thing is you can actually favorite things and you'll see it move to the top. Um, Underneath volume. Volume is overall everything. But anything you favorite will go to the top and I can refresh the page. And you will see once I open this up that anything I had favorited is still favorited because it's using local storage. Yeah, another CSS thing I totally just didn't mention is that whenever you hover over a button, it'll get bigger just because I wanted to make it more obvious for people that they're hovering over a button. The only place where I didn't implement this is in the footer, where you can click on links that, if the website had an official domain in any of these, would take you to their specified domain. Instead, they currently just take you to default YouTube, default X, default LinkedIn. Okay, so for events, I've already described a ton of events that already mostly complete that category of the grading. However, I am also going to include couple other things such as I didn't actually deliberately mention that this was a event, the slider feature, that's also an event. And I also forgot to mention that the hamburger menu is also an event whenever you click on that. So those are all of my events that are required for full grade on this assignment. Next thing, I've already partially talked about this. Local storage. Local storage is used for the favorites thing, like I showed when I refreshed the page earlier. It saves things I've favorited and keeps their order the same as well, which is pretty handy. Um, Now, something else also used in the local storage is with the authentication for all the Spotify stuff, which I think I've already shown all of the JavaScript for. I think I've shown all the JavaScript for everything, honestly, at this point, except for I don't think I showed it for Audio Playground, but I mean, I'll be sending you the site and all the stuff so you can double check all of that anyways. Other than that, I think I've crossed off everything on the list, and this website was a blast to make. I had a really fun time making this because I love music and I know a lot of other people do too. I've already had one friend tell me he plans on using my website just because he wanted to mess around with the audio playground feature, and I think that's really cool. Um, Thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and yeah, please be sure to be both honest and generous in your grading. Thank you.